Red alert! Prepare for martial law in Dallas, Texas. Prepare for the vaccine rollout in early 2015 and prepare for the new invasion of Africa, West Africa, because Ebola has now been confirmed in Dallas, Texas. And this patient is being harbored at Presbyterian Hospital there in Texas. And now Governor Rick Perry says that a handful of school-age children had contact with this man and are being monitored. And of course, they're using this children meme. So basically, anybody who has had contact with anybody else, who has Ebola, can have their freedoms taken away and quote unquote be monitored by the experts, by the doctors. Am I right? Oh man, isn't this just the perfect storm to create a martial law type scenario and then eventually roll out the vaccines, as I've been saying quite often. That's what I believe is the big threat here. Not really Ebola, but the vaccines. Now the question is, and here's the big question, is this a real false flag or is it a hoax? Now, obviously, in Africa, there's no question it's a false flag. It's really going on. There are people dying from Ebola. But we have to immediately speculate that this could just be a hoax. This American diagnosis, these patients in America popping up, they could fake this whole thing. And we don't even know who this guy is yet that was diagnosed. Obviously, they're trying to create hysteria, whatever the case may be. So again, I don't know. I'm still up in the air. Is Ebola itself a threat here in America? I don't know. At first, I was up in the air. Then I was kind of saying, well, no, I think this is a psyop. Now I'm a little bit back to the middle. Is Ebola a threat? I don't know. Maybe. I still think the vaccines are more of a threat. I think that's the real plan here, is to roll out the vaccines in early 2015. Of course, we have the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funding the Ebola vaccine initiative, and other pharmaceutical companies like Techmira and of course MAP Biopharmaceuticals funding the ZMAP treatment for Ebola as well. So this is a big moneymaker if you can hype this stuff. So I guess, wash your hands either way. I mean, you don't want to catch the flu either. So, yeah, wash your hands and try not to, be all nasty. Carry around that antibacterial lotion or whatever. And take precaution. But again, the vaccines are the major threat here. That's what my gut's telling me. And deep down, my gut's telling me this whole thing, not in Africa, but these patients popping up in America now, in Dallas, at the Texas Presbyterian Hospital, my gut tells me it's a hoax. I'm not going to come out and say that for sure, but of course there's no evidence. But still, I just want to reiterate, vaccines, and also I should be hyping on this a little more as well. The martial law aspect of all this, okay? They want to bring out martial law, a medical martial law. This is the perfect medical. I mean, people will accept it blindly. I mean, nobody wants to catch Ebola. I mean, it's like the scariest, most deadly virus on the planet. And by the way, it first turned up in 1976. And why didn't it turn up before then? Because we didn't have the technology to create it. That's right. It's GMO bioweapon, folks. And I did a video just a few days ago about the largest newspaper in Liberia publishing an article stating that this was a GMO bioweapon, Ebola, from the start, okay? And that's my contention. That's what I believe. It's just like Lyme's disease. Didn't show up to the early to mid-70s, right? Because we didn't have the technology to make it until then. And Lyme's disease has been confirmed to be a bioweapon that originated from Plum Island, which is a weapon experimental laboratory. And that's where it showed up first, right? With Lyme's disease. And same thing with Ebola. We have the bioweapons lab there in, I believe it was in Liberia. It still is. And this whole thing was planned either way. It was planned from the start. This is a bioweapon, folks. And I'm going to say right now that this is a pretty good article out of InfoWars written by Kurt Nimmo. Patient zero in the Pentagon's Ebola vaccine. And this goes over everything. Everything I just said, basically. The Daily Observer, the Liberian newspaper, speculating in early September that the virus was unleashed. And that it was a bioweapon created by the Pentagon and pharmaceutical companies. He also goes into the fact that these vaccines are going to be rolled out as well, and that this may have even been distributed. Ebola may have been distributed via vaccines in Africa. So they might have even injected people with this bioweapon, and that's how the whole thing started this time around, and probably before too, back in the 70s. I mean, they have these vaccine initiatives in Africa and these third world nations, and they don't know what they're taking. They just line up for it. They're told it's good for them, that it will protect them from the flu and AIDS and stuff like that. Half these things they're protecting them from are bioweapons in themselves. So it's like create the bioweapon and then create the vaccine and then just inject them with another bioweapon with that vaccine. It's like a big giant trick. These guys are so clever. And this is a good article, so I suggest you check it out. All the information that I just went over is right here. Links in the article as well to the sources. Also, I want to direct you guys to a video I made maybe a couple weeks ago about how the same companies funding the vaccines and the treatments, the ZMapp treatment, etc., are the same people going around saying that Ebola is going to be airborne and fear-mongering the virus. So I think, again, it could be a threat, but you got to look at it this way. The people basically creating this virus, the bioweapon, and the people hyping it are the same people creating the vaccines. So, it's a big profit scheme. It's a moneymaker to push these vaccines and also to probably poison you in the end, too. I mean, so, yeah, check out this video. And, again, I'm a little back up in the air. Is Ebola a threat? I don't know. It could be, but in the end, I think the vaccines are the bigger threat. And I think that's the big plan here. And then martial law as well here in the United States. And, of course, I forgot one more thing that I mentioned in previous videos, to invade Africa. Because they already got 3,000 troops there on the ground in Liberia to help control the disease. Of course, I don't know why you need combat troops in Liberia to control Ebola. I mean, I don't know how they're going to fight Ebola with guns, but hey, those are the agendas at work here, folks. And of course, if Ebola is a real threat here in America, if this is not a hoax, then that is also part of the plan to kill some people off with Ebola as well as all those other agendas I just mentioned. So that's what we got going on here, folks. So will I say red alert? Yeah, I will say red alert, but I don't know if it's because of Ebola. I think it's because of the martial law and the vaccines, really. But we'll see as time, as this plays on, as this plays out, whatever. I don't know. Just stay safe, guys, okay? And try not to fearmonger too much, because it's like they say in that show, The Strain, right? That's what the master is counting on. People being in fear, every man for themselves, and people not having a calm, collect mentality. So, I'm out, guys. It's been Press Reset Earth, and as always, stay up and stay real. Peace out.